Queen going today, though.
Who wants to be boring?
It's definitely not boring.
That is true, and that's okay. That is okay. I try. I try. Oh.
You can do it, sir.
Hello, hello. I'm good. That would be nice. I hadn't even seen, huh? I heard I was number 2, but I hadn't seen an agenda.
You see, I voted for your bill. Committee.
The postpartum?
Huh?
Postpartum?
No.
I'm just gonna record it and say he said he voted for my bill.
One of them.
One of them. Thank you, dear. Thank you much.
All right, Senator.
All right, we will. Such a big crowd out here, we'll call the meeting to order. Clerk, if you'll call the roll.
Senator Butler. Here. Senator Cornley.
Yeah.
Senator Chasteen. Here. Senator Coleman. Here. Senator Figures. Senator Gavan. Senator Hatcher. Senator Hovey. Senator Kelly. Senator Melson. Here. Senator Roberts. Here. Senator Sessions. Senator Weaver.
Here.
Senator Bell.
Here. All right, first bill is HB 435. Representative Whitt is tied up in the House right now, so I told him I would carry the bill. This is basically a cleanup bill with references. It removes references to the Accelerate Alabama Strategic Economic Development Plan and alignment relevant sections, and then updates the NAICS code used for business establishments. Do I? Yes. Favorable on Kelly.
Same bill?
My understanding is pretty much the same.
Senate bill we passed.
Way back.
Is it out of the Senate? Is it out
I
of?
don't know if it's out of the Senate or not. All right, if we will, if you'll call for a roll.
Senator Butler. Senator Cornley. Senator Chasteen. Senator Coleman. Senator Figures. Senator Gavan. Senator Hatcher. Senator Hovey. Senator Kelly. Senator Melson. Senator Roberts. Senator Sessions. Senator Weaver. Senator Bell.
Aye. All right. This got a favorable. HB 528. Representative Holk-Jones, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Committee. HB 528 has to do with unconscionable prices during a declared emergency. There seems to be some confusion or need for clarity for the word services. It falls under the definition of commodity, but the tree cutters and roofers and those type services seems to have confusion on that, so this just gives further clarity to the definition of services.
All right. Move favorable on Senator Hovey. Second. Cornley. Oh, you got a question?
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Representative, the only question I had, I see you said that this actually further defines services. I guess I don't see that, but I do want to know what the definition of entity is. I support your bill. I want to know what the definition of entity is per the legislation.
Well, I'm not an attorney, but I would assume it would apply to any of the businesses that provide those type services, whether it's a corporation or an entity, an individual.
It is unlawful and a violation of Section 819(5) for any person or entity to impose, and I'm going to support you. And I'm just wondering, because it's late in the session now, I don't know if we will have time to do it, but we may need to just kind of define what that means at some point, so there's not further confusion to folks about it. But
Happy to work with you.
thank you for this legislation, because we do know that, you know, there are folks that when other people are hurting and they're struggling, they take advantage of folks. So thank you for bringing this legislation.
Thank you.
Go ahead, sir.
I would just say we may want to look to the, you know, the Business and Nonprofit Entities Act and see what definition might be there. I don't remember, even though I might have been the author of the one who changed it, I don't recall. But that's probably where I would start, probably, and maybe tie back to that.
All right. We'll use previous role unless anyone objects. All right, no objection, we'll use previous role. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, the next is HB 559. Representative Kiel was here but has had to run back downstairs. I will carry this. This is basically on the Loitering Act, changing where when you have protesting, that they, at least for law enforcement, have to pull their mask down. That's all they have to do. And it's just basically where they can identify who it is there when the police are asking them. Now they're saying that we're not pulling our mask down and we're not going to let you see who we are, and this just allows law enforcement to do that.
Motion favorable.
Favorable. Weaver? Second. Roberts? And unless anyone objects, we'll use previous role.
Well, I just
Okay, wait.
wanted to say something.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I wish the representative was here.
And he was right before we
Yeah,
started.
and I saw him actually when we were coming in. I wish I would have grabbed him then. I just want to just make sure, very rarely do I come and hadn't been able to go through the whole piece of legislation. I was just trying to, because I'm not opposed to it, because there was actually a white supremacist group that went into a traditional African-American community with those masks on, and you couldn't tell who the folks were. So I understand the value in having this piece of legislation. I just wanted to make sure, especially since it's part of the criminal code, what are we doing?
We're taking
That's all I wanted.
That's the loitering, and this is the loitering statute. And if you'll look, I think, page 3, that's the only change on it. On the request of a law enforcement officer, the owner of the property or representative of the owner of the property where the wearer is present during the circumstances, the individual shall remove his or her mask for the purposes of identification of the wearer. Just as on 70 through 74 is where the main part, where they have, if a police officer asks them to remove their face mask for identification, they have to remove it. Then they can put it right
So
back on.
they don't have to be doing anything wrong?
No,
They just have to
if
be-
police are approaching them, I'm sure there's something wrong. Go ahead.
So it's been 33 years, but this was our moot court question. About whether, you know.
Did you get an
got
answer?
into whether Klansmen could wear a mask and stuff like that, and I don't remember where any of that landed, because that's not my practice area. But I am just wondering if we're running across, you know, some constitutional issues here.
I mean, if a law enforcement officer asks you for your identification, they should be able to identify, because if they're looking at your driver's license and you won't remove a mask or you won't remove anything, how do they know that's you under the mask? And I think it goes along with that they're just identification purposes only. They can put it right back on, whether they've got the clown, I mean, the clan, but if they've got that on or whether they got the mask, something for identification purposes, because if they're looking at the picture ID, they got to be able to look at your face and see if that's you or not. So
I think we're going to still have some issues, but I'm going to support this bill today. I think we're going to
all
have
right,
some issues.
previous roll, unless there's any objections. All right, meeting's done in 7 minutes. Thank y'all.